On the screen, you'll notice the template for today's lesson. You can show your work on that template or on paper. The first number that we're going to begin with is 10. Let's now write a multiplication expression that will give us the product of 10. But let's make sure the first factor in that expression is 10. So be thinking, what's a multiplication expression beginning with a factor of 10 that will give us a product of 10? Ten times 1. Great work. The next number for our chart is 100. Let's determine a multiplication expression using only tens as factors. What is a multiplication expression using only tens that will give us a product of 100? Ten times 10. Let's continue. The next number for our chart is 1,000. And I hope that you're noticing that our chart is starting to feel like a place value chart. Now let's think. What is a multiplication expression using only tens as factors that will give us a product of 1,000? Ten times 10 times 10. Now, because we're noticing that this is built like a place value chart, we are going to go one place value to the left. If right now we are in the thousands column, what do you think will be the next number on our chart? 10,000. Now, let's continue the pattern. What is a multiplication expression using only tens as factors that will give us a product of 10,000? Ten times 10 times 10 times 10. Let's continue. If we are going one place value to the left, what do you think our next number will be? 100,000. Now, what's a multiplication expression using only tens as factors that will give us a product of 100,000? Ten times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Now, let's move another place value to the left. What will be the next number in our chart? 1 million. What is a multiplication expression using only tens as factors that will give us a product of 1 million? Ten times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Great work. Let's take a moment to analyze our chart for some patterns. Press pause here to analyze your chart and write down the patterns that you're seeing. Let's review together some of the patterns that you might have noticed. One thing that you might have noticed is that each time we go one column to the left, we have another factor of 10. So we started with 10, and there was one factor of 10. Then when we moved to the next column with 100, we had two factors of 10. Then when we went to 1,000, there were three factors of 10. And it continued like that for the rest of the chart. The other pattern that you might have noticed is that the number of factors of 10 matches the number of zeros. So again, in our first column, we have 10, and there's 1 0 and 10, and we have one factor of 10 in our multiplication expression. And then if we go